Special thanks to the people who were here on Tuesday, yesterday, and today, troopers. In the spirit of last night's workshop, I see you all. My name is Olivia Douglass. I'm the curator of Strange Echoes. I'm a poet. For Kareem, I'm the curator of Strange Echoes. And I'm a poet, and I'm going to read for you later. But Strange Echoes is a 6-day convening celebrating the life, work, and legacy of poet and writer NourbeSe Philip. And tonight is about considering her influence on Black British writers, and in the words of Kareem again, he gave me so many good words, accepting her lifelong invitation to experiment. The readings are supported by this amazing band, Cobler Music. Some noise for them, please. And we're currently sitting in an installation newly commissioned by Shenece Oretha, who is in the front row. In response to NourbeSe's work song, and right now it's in its kind of stage mode for us, but it comes alive. And you can view it for free from 12 till 9, every day until Sunday. So please make time for that. These poets really need no introduction. I've been saying the whole way up to this is my Christmas. This is all my favourite people. So to have them all on the same bill is really amazing. And this tiny, sad, cold island and its silly little poetry world is made brighter by these people. And I am a better writer because of them. So we have, I need lots and lots and lots of noise all the way through, Filani, artist of poetry, performance, black feminism, public speaker, and workshop facilitator. Her poetry works with her lived experience as a black trans woman, identity, and power structures. I asked Chloe to join us super last minute, so thank you. Kareem Parkins-Brown. Writer and visual artist. If you've seen his stuff that he's been doing for Strange Echoes, your brain will just explode. Writer and visual artist who works with Hood Life circa 2005 to the present day. Abondance Matanda. Poet, writing about girlhood, language and blackness from a working class hood perspective. Latekid. Producer, vocalist, writer and photographer using music and poetry as the foundation for his work. And me, doing my thing. We're going to run through 3 poems. We're going to have a quick 10-minute break, and I mean quick comebacks, otherwise you'll miss my set. And then we'll have 2 more of us. Before we begin, I want to start with a quote from NourbeSe. She was with us on Tuesday, and she's here with us in spirit now. Diasporic or diasporic African cultures and their ensuing arts have existed and continue to exist in exploitative and racist systems of production. Despite this, however, black people have continued to create value for themselves and assign meaning to their lives through music and art. Indeed, I would say our singing and our performing have been our healing, have been our medicine. As are all forms of cultural expression, black cultures continue to generate, apparently effortlessly, and as we heal ourselves, if only temporarily, we continue to heal and humanise the world with our gifts, with the genius of our people. And she goes on to say, we keep moving, jamming still, always in the face of tremendous odds. And on that note, Chloe, please bring us in, bring us in.
everyone here okay? Yes. I'm going to ask everyone to just close their eyes for a second. Just to honour this space, the work of NourbeSe Philip, Shenece Oretha. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Olivia. Open, ready to receive all this beautiful work today. For the band, can I get something like slow, low key? Perfect. Me, I-D, divine. The components of me, my mother knew, but they, she, all needed me to fit. Fit what our body is colonized to break correct. Corrects proper English, proper child. Strip, whip, rip the child. Less divine, me, child. Black felt distant from me. Black that's colonized. Black inflicted the rule. I didn't know there was more to be in black. I name myself Black Siren, thinking of myself and embody beyond human, a black divinity. That voice brings, sings her expression. Smart taught me, sing, girl, sing. Inhale, exhale. Speak your truth. The poetics, just another wisdom of speaking to our ancestors and our lives. Audrey named herself Black lesbian mother warrior poet. I am treacherous with old magic, moon marked, touched by sun. My magic is unwritten. Black, strong and beautiful, I slowly, slow, come to know I'm the one, I'm the one, to worship me, mine, divine. Thank you.
Lovely juggling. How we doing? We alright? Yeah? Everyone good? What the fuck's going on? Are we okay? Are we here? Nice. We're cool. Everything cooked down, everything curry. We're blessed. We're nice. Like chicken and rice. Everything good? Cool. My set tonight is in the spirit of a couple people. There was a lady in the church that I grew up with called Auntie Togs, and she led the Sunday school for the teenagers quite a lot. She was one of like 5 adults, and like, I don't know if anyone's ever had to go to Sunday school as a teenager, but most of the adults that teach in Sunday school haven't really lived in the world like that. They haven't really experienced a lot of things that they're warning you about. But like Auntie Talks would come in and would just say, look kids, yeah, I understand, you lot are horny as fuck, yeah, I get it. We're here telling you don't have sex, I get it, yeah. You hate us, you think we're the devil, but we're chatting about God ironically, yeah. But like the fact is, sex is great kids, it's amazing, it's fantastic, I love it. Sex with my husband, I love it. But it's for marriage, if you can't handle it, don't do it. If you can't handle it, don't do it. You can't handle it, yeah. But like, And I say my set's in the spirit of her because a lot of my poems mention Jesus in like a non-serious way. I like to play with God like a character in my poems. I'm not a serious Christian. I don't want anyone coming up to me afterwards trying to fellowship with me. That's not what this is at all. I'm not rubbing hands and closing eyes and saying, wow, and tree and well gathered, brethren, trust me. Trust me, hey, boy. He's got a hat for me, I need peas now. Yeah, cool. Secondly, Rastas who are just profound out of nowhere. Like, that's the second group of people my set's in the spirit of. Like I was listening to Louis Culture live concert for late 90s, I think, yeah. And it was like, yo, do you know why they call it technology? Because it take away your knowledge and leave you with allergies. Like anywhere, I don't know if anyone's had a haircut recently, but like you got bare knowledge out of nowhere, just chatting rubbish to you for a solid hour. Yeah, somehow they do it, you know. Cool. There was an interview. What is it? What? Dr. Philip? Dr. Phillips? Dr. Ali? No? Dr. OG? Yeah, no, but I don't know them like that on first name basis. What do you mean? Cool. NourbeSe did an interview with Jiffa Benson and was like, the idea behind some of our work was like, each repetition leading to something different. And I tried to engage with the work and I had to put it down multiple times because it was this real like sensory, I'm going to use a very scholarly phrase here, sensory manting. There's not many things I have to put down. And then I heard a reading where it was like a dark room and there was bare people saying things at once and I was like, fam, I'm on a shit group, but like it's fucking crazy. Like it's actually stupid. Like, so yeah, chat, yo, hey, cool. Can we play our instruments like we're checking the fridge late at night and we're not trying to wake anyone up? That's as much direction as I can give. Not in terms of melody, but just vibe, yeah? So, experimentation. I'm going to read poems from different times in my life of being a poet. There was a time I was trying to write short poems. And then there's a time when I'm trying to write these things I'm calling London sonnets. Yeah, it don't make no sense. Fuck a sonnet, fuck Shakespeare, all of them, man. But yeah, the plan is I'm going to read with music and then I'll read it again with no music because I'm learning how this sounds myself, yeah? Alright, shut up, Kareem, let's go. Alright, so the first one is a haiku. I took a walk around my end. I'm from a place called Graham Park, West 9, Zone 4, Northern 9, all of that, yeah, cool. Haiku. Alright. New graffiti says Kirsty loves pum pum. And so, I say, go on, Kirsty. Yeah. My mum wants me to understand what it means to be a reflection of your parent. So mornings before school, she rubs my face in Vaseline. And when you get to school, everyone's like, "Bro, why did you run to school, Kareem? Why did you run?" A pinata walks into a sweet shop, looks on the shelves, and goes, "What?" The tongue is pink when we're born because it's uncooked. If it's still pink by the time we're grey, we did not speak with enough fire. Sometimes I think I'm both special and boring. So I'll cut myself off one and two. Alright, cool, this next one. It was Valentine's Day. It was Valentine's Day the other week. Yeah, I wrote a poem about kissing. It's like 2 lines. Kissing is basically saying, I like you so much, I made space on my face for another face. Alright, cool. We can speed up the pace by like 20%, whatever that feels like to you. Show, yeah. Alright. Yo, I'll be so frank, I don't care what you two do now, I trust you two so much, I don't care what you lot do. Cool. This is a poem called Ayula. What is a London sonnet? Cool. It comes from Grimes 140. 140 is a holy number. A sonnet is 14 lines of 10 syllables. 10 times 14 is 140. Okay, that's how I got there. The fact of it being a London sonnet is the fact it's 14 lines of sentences, prose poems. I don't know if anyone gives a shit about what I'm saying, but the fact is, yeah, that's what this thing is, innit? I say London because I'm from London, and I'm sure hoods in Manchester, hoods in Manchester, hoods in Leeds, hoods in all different places are different, so I can't really claim those places. Anyway, this poem's called Ayula. Adefola has hidden a Mac 10 in her weave. This is like 2008, 2009. Adefola has hidden a Mac 10 in her weave. When she dirty wines, she accidentally shoots 3 people. That is the wickedest wine of all time, I said to my brethren. My friends had kitchens in their jackets. I had a living room in my eyes. Next summer I'll invite the whole world to fight me and only my friends will turn up. I'll go travelling to find more friends to fight. And while I'm gone, my brethren will build me a door in the horizon so I can return more often. We're trapped an airplane down and use it as a doorstop in the ocean. The passengers sitting down in the air think we are lost. When the shots enter that living room, it's all go-go gadget Gucci bag and that. Every gun finger turns into a gun that shoots bodies. When running boys wear coats, they sound like food hitting a bin. And what I thought was the sound of the air ambulance was really the ceiling fan in heaven. Sure. This one is this one comes from a place of never liking guys. Like, I've never liked being around guys. Like, it was an easy target, so like, you know, a lot of bullying happened, but at the same time, I fucking hate guys, bro. I don't like being around guys. And I'm not saying that to say, right, when I'm jealous, swap your girl around me, or like, what girl what? Nah, not at all. But like, I don't like who men become when they're in groups, and sadly, they're often in groups, so. This is me reckoning with that. This might make no sense, but hey, we're experimenting. Cool. So, them man say, them man a man, them and us man a them man. My man them say, us man a man, them and them man a them man. I feel like most man liked me the least because I was the man most man would least like. The truth is, I was easy to recognize but difficult to describe. In the same way, I'm not them man, I'm that guy. Ooh. I was never really like most man, so I never really liked most man. But then I got it. Them man haven't got it, so they don't get it. In the eyes of the future, everybody is babies. The youth them need to be mentored, and the men them are still tormented. I'm like the difference between now here and nowhere. I stopped trying to be understood once I understood. A gun finger is just a middle finger and an index finger, as if to say my anger has a point to it. I don't compare myself to already imagined things. Height is the measure of littleness. Okay, cool. This one's about me. Yeah, if you want. If you fancy. Loud. Alright, cool. This one's about being a good Christian boy when I'm really being a good Christian boy. I'm just a good Christian boy. I only sin with other Christians. The wine I drink gets converted by the Christ in me. The only swears I say are holy shit and fucking hell. Because I'm sure even Jesus would say fuck hell. I was always a good Christian boy. When we robbed the pastor's house, we let him put clothes on first. He was in a jacuzzi making bubbles by chatting out of his arse. We threw him off the balcony. We were trying to make an angel. Hey, you like these ones, yeah? You like these ones, yeah? Alright, cool. This one's called The Late Friend. It's not a bit sad, by the way. It's poetry. I'm the only person waiting for the tube to Heathrow Terminal 3. I'm late to bury my friend. Thankfully, they won't know that I'm late. The train arrives filled with pilots, like a shoe stuffed with gloves to keep its shape. I realise every seat is taken up by the same pilot 50 times, all in sync, all turning pages and coughing together. The pilots aren't even going to work today. They take the train to re-evaluate their relationship to the ground, sitting down to read about gravity. As a pilot, it's not enough to just walk around on nothing's off. Why do you think Christ was crucified in the shape of an aeroplane? It was easier for him to fly to heaven, alive? Wasn't a person who ordered his murder called Pilate? Say no more. The pilots recognise the lateness in my posture, but make no space for me. My friend's funeral is in another time zone. By the time I get there, it will be yesterday, and he'll still be in McDonald's waiting for me. Just in case he's not though, I begin composing an apology email. Subject, on my way to bury you, I became the late friend. Cool. Okay, cool. And boom. We got two more. Play like you're Super Mario and you've got the star. Alright, cool. Alright. Lord, help my brethren, he's on fire again. He touches the windows and they turn into oven doors. Hey, yo, watch me now. Hey, yo, what? Yo, Mitchell. Yo, watch me, yeah? Nah? You four. I thought we were two, yeah. Cool. Lord, help my brethren, he's on fire again. He touches the windows and they turn into oven doors. A cooked bird flies into the room. As I exit my childhood home, I see a nitty-gritty elevators out of old staircases. In the eyes of the future, everybody is a plate, a knife and fork. Our shoulders are just heads we'll never be able to grow. So when my brethren rests his head on me, I already know what he's thinking. Men look for windows for inspiration, because windows know how to be transparent without actually opening up. There's a pyramid between our brain and our shoulders. When we shrug, we shake the foundations of our certainty. In the eyes of the future, everyone's a baby. So flammable and small. So small and flammable. So foldable and flammable. So spammable. So flammable and holdable. So flammable and foldable. So slammable and holdable. If flaming is an attempt at flying, in the eyes of the future, we are all crying boomerangs. Whatever we return to is where we come from. The present has fingers that are covered in grease. By trying to hold on to us, it squeezes us further away. Sure. Alright, yeah, cool. Let's keep it done still. Sure. Yeah, lovely stuff. Yeah, cool. I've got 5 minutes left of that, yeah? I would hope so. I'm running trees in 5 minutes anyway. Cool. Alright, cool. Thank you for being there for that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Eula. Adefola has hidden a Mac 10 in her weave. When she dirty minds, she shoots 3 people. That is the wickedest wine of all time, I say to my friends. My friends had kitchens in their jackets, I had a living room in my eyes. Next summer I'll invite the whole world to fight me and only my friends will turn up. I'll go travelling to find more friends to fight, and while I'm gone they build me a door in the horizon so I can return more often. We chirps an airplane down and use it as a doorstop in the ocean. The passengers on the plane, sitting down on the water, think we are lost. When the shots enter that living room, it's all go-go, gadget, Gucci bag and that. Every gun finger turns into a gun that shoots bodies. When running boys wear coats, they sound like food hitting a bin. And what I thought was the sound of the air ambulance was actually the ceiling fan in heaven. Sure. Aye, them man say them man a man, them and us man a them man. My man them say us man a man, them and them man a them man. Aye, fuck this one, but that one's done anyway. Yeah, a gun finger is just a middle finger and an index finger, as if to say my angle has a point. That's cold, bruv. What the fuck? Hey, yo, I'm trying to get into copywriting as well. So if anyone's got a link, I wrote a 9-syllable advert for a thong. It goes, there's a thin line between left and right. Alright, look. I'm just a good Christian boy. I only sin with other Christians. The wine I drink gets converted by the Christ in me. The only swears I say are holy shit and fucking hell, because I'm sure even Jesus would say fuck hell. I was always a good boy. When we robbed the pastor's house, we let him put clothes on first. He was in a jacuzzi making bubbles by chatting out of his ass. We threw him off the balcony. We were trying to make an angel. Hey, these are alright, you know, my guy. These are not terrible. Yo, I'm the only person waiting for the tube to Heathrow Terminal 3. I am late to bury my friend, and thankfully they won't know that I'm late. The train arrives filled with pilots like a shoe stuffed with gloves to keep its shape. I realise every seat is taken by the same pilot 50 times, all in sync, turning pages and coughing together. The pilots aren't even going to work today. They take the train to reevaluate their relationship to the ground, sitting down to read about gravity. As a pilot, it's not enough to just walk around on your days off, is it? Why do you think Christ was crucified in the shape of an aeroplane? It was easier for him to fly to heaven, I lie. Wasn't the person who ordered his death called Pilate? Say no more. The pilots recognize the lateness in my posture, but make no space for me. My friend's funeral is in another time zone, and by the time I get there, it will be yesterday. And he'll still be at McDonald's waiting for me. But just in case though, I begin composing an apology email. Subject, on my way to bury you, I became the late friend. Lord, help my brethren, he's on fire again. Has anyone got a brethren who just gets so angry, like out of nowhere? Nah? Okay, cool, alright. So, where are you lot from? Alright, cool. Honestly, what? Searching the whole room to go, yeah! My boy, nah, cool. You feel like therapy. Lord, hey, big up Black Minds Matter. If you can donate, donate. Yeah, they need peace, trust me. Hey, Lord, help my brethren, he's on fire again. He touches the windows and they turn into oven doors. A cooked bird flies into the room. As I exit my childhood home, I see a knitting elevators out of old staircases. In the eyes of the future, everybody is a plate, a knife and fork. Our shoulders are just heads we will never be able to grow. So when my brethren rests his head on me, I already know what he's thinking. Men look to windows for inspiration because they know how to be transparent without actually opening up. There's a pyramid between our brain and our shoulders. Whenever we shrug, we shake the foundations of our certainty. Show, eh? What?
Wow.
Yo. In the eyes of the future, everyone's a baby. Yeah, yo, we're all so insignificant, yeah? Fuck your ego, yeah? None of us matter. We're all important, none of us matter, yeah? In the eyes of the future, everyone's a baby. So flammable and small and flammable, so foldable and flammable, so Instagrammable, so spammable, so flammable and holdable, so flammable and foldable. Turn that phone off right now, brethren, I swear to God. So flammable and holdable, so slammable and holdable. If flailing is an attempt at flying, then in the eye, I swear to God! If flailing, in fact, come up here and answer, no, I'm joking. If flailing is an attempt at flying, in the eyes of the future we are all crying boomerangs. Wherever we return to is where we come from. The present has fingers covered in grease. By trying to hold on to us, it squeezes us further away. Have a wonderful night, you lot.
Oh, thanks, love. Can't lie, I'm nervous. But yeah, thank you lot for having me. There's bare poems there, probably about 10 or so, but I don't know if I'll introduce them. I'm not really feeling to introduce myself, I'm just gonna go. But yeah, just a big up Joy, big up Josie, quickly. But yeah, these poems, I'm 23 now, I probably started writing when I was like 16 or taking it seriously them times. And all these poems, it's just a mashup of whatever the last few years of my life has been. So yeah, bear with me basically. Once upon a grind, I was raised right, just in the wrong conditions. That's how comes I bend sometimes, but same way, you won't ever catch me folding. 'Cause I got a big, big backbone. Proper shame how I had to be huddled up in this block, curling my toes up in my holy socks, fingers fisted up in my puffer pockets. We ain't got no time. It's too cold to make no sign of the cross, so God be with my pagans, car. True say I'd rather roll raging with Satan. All I ever wanted to do was make music, but one slick record too must have thought I'm thick. Like say you don't know it's the baddest lyrics was the ones what dumpy the rhythm. You're gonna get pinned up, you're gonna get crucified so much time, so remember you was given some amazing grace. So anytime the enemy come home, feeding up and crushing up your petals, at least know the smell of each and every one of your deaths is gonna stay so fragrant that enough people will follow the trace from that point in the future and up and down and back to the basics you had to push through. Now look at you. And I know this because I've been there myself. I've been there and I've been had a tribe of people who've been there themselves. So even when I can't be there by your side, that's what I mean when I say I'm there in spirit. So never let me catch you slipping, no matter how heavy the weight ever feels on your head top. No matter who tries to step on your neck, remember that's a crown that you're wearing. Never let your shit slip, never let your ship sink. That's what Wretch meant when he said he'll hold you down like an anchor would do. You remembered your way to me. I've been waiting for you to face my body from the time I heard your footsteps come heavy through the flower beds. I commend you for finally letting down the load off of your shoulders. I see you stretching every muscle that's gonna move you when you do dive in. Don't doubt yourself when you've been given these underwater wings. You won't even get to hear the bird song above the splash that's gonna ring off like a bottle of bubbly popped, and then the dancing begins. All of a sudden, your reflection finds a flow as ancient as the bones I'd done collected, long before you learned the silent lingo of smiling at the sight of a surface like mine. I turn your eyeballs into high seas. You let me lean overboard and climb down your cheeks. I clean your skin with several streaks of salty salvation. This is all the divination you need. Nature's confirmation that you're finally free. When I read your eyes, I recognize that I took the same wrong turn into waters way too dirty to deserve a glory like this tough-skinned, good-body thing I is. We don't deal with no littlefish business around here, regardless of what they write when they misremember our lives after our voices vanish deep down there. We can't even beg to differ and let them know that we wasn't no beasts until we reached the big belly of this kingdom of concrete. We've been worthy of a half-decent homecoming from ever since, and that ain't something you gotta justify in my eyes. you could bank on that. Even though I don't got no type of method of making your one-way ticket down to a dead end into no victory parade after some pilgrimage. Nothing pretty about getting greeted by such a gritty scene, but at the very least, I'm glad I get to grieve on behalf of the deep sea that I like to believe did give birth to me and mine once upon a time. You know, this time, I danced my way down to earth since I learned homecoming don't have to hurt so bad. Long as you know it's time to touch down from having your head crowned by them clouds up there in the heavens. Ain't nothing to imagine when even a newborn's naked eye could read how rattled you lot left me, defending myself instead of standing through the firm in the thick of them days there when time stopped. You lot was meant to be with me. Whoever would have known we'd try to rebuild something like a home out of this rubble you lot made of me. I never knew no moment could come again to tick-tock turn things around into a rebirth like this. But here we be, back again, submerged in the womb of the earth once more. I wonder what you lot's gonna make of me when the crash of my homecoming cleans out the crust and we're out at sea again. Orbiting memories, mashing up boundaries, bleeding and healing and re-becoming as one as we was always meant to be. I need a water break. Pick up the band as well. I wrote this poem here when I was like 16 or so. It's like I call it my prayer for the hood. And it resonates every time. So, God save the gully, 'cause we've been dancing with the devil too long. Guide us to our true pagans and deliver us from killing off our own. Whether it's within our dysfunctional homes, where our spirits and hearts get broke, I say, God, save the gully and deliver us from killing off our own. Whether it's in petty beef on road, because of misdirected testosterone, I say, God, save the gully and grant us greater self-control. This poem, I wrote it like in response to this Kara Walker installation that was at the Tate a couple of years ago or something. But it's kind of special reading it in here because it actually relates to Shenece's installation. So big up Shenece. I lost the coconut colour of my milk, and even the rivers that run through my fatherlands don't come clear no more. You lot likes to see us fight, to wash off the flies from our skin. These times there's forces waging war on our water. Even my blood been drained of the pigment that once upon a never-ending nightmare stained up the places I still got to cut through on a daily, only to be nursed with loving libations, being emptied into yet another immaterial void, drowning out the sound of our battle cries, ever slapping up the face of this wreck of a mothership. These times, in the underbelly of many a graveside, comes the womb of the earth, where our fallen soldiers, we become one with the dirt that conditions many a concrete rose. We return to merge with the merciless seas that was once a safe haven for some bodies who decided to defy gravity, only to save themselves from the grief of attempting to survive an old world which was always going to deny them the overabundance of breathing easy. It shouldn't be a blessing to be here, addressing this monumental misremembering, but I wasn't the one what literally locked off the power of my own voice box. This don't gotta be no mic drop moment, 'cause I'm not the only daughter of waters with something to say. So big up my sister who've been standing firm, who've been sitting pretty, who've been spitting gritty from the gully side, gazing, gasping, sighing, into too many a moment of silence. God's just scrolling through another hashtag someone's world, posted on a cold wall around the way. If you know, then you know that heaven's got a ghetto. Got all our good heroes, our fallen soldiers waiting for we to arrive. God never did save the gully, but our mums done raise us right. So we never bother running out, just run our mouths hell around you. That's how God knew to look at you. The silence when you come through, leaning and bopping like Jenny, fresh from the block, where you left your goose breathing, pouring Henny libations, trying to wash away your bloodstains, still here on our roadside. Flowers sprang fresh in the pouring rain for you, since God cried at the sight of his darling daughter taken too soon from my sister in the streets, or only turned gold every time that she stepped. Them slick back, big puff, mixed race girls who wear ripped jeans to roam the high road and have enough man on down ready to rough you up if necessary. Yo. Them dark-skinned bitches who wear silver stud piercings all round their reed girl mouths, probably got relaxed hair, dyed red and tied to the side, eternal old 5 pipes, leaving 95's footprints on chairs and trains she bumps to go nowhere. Cocoa butter shine and shaved legs, batty riders ready to bend over to bashment tunes we used to Bluetooth to each other in concrete playground cages, reflective of the blocks and the rundown places, states which we found our faiths in. The gutter will always glisten to us. Bust a right, then leave the high road. Hope and pray for a moment of peace, but never plead, just cool. Keep it stepping, stay skanking, from the streets to the skies. Memorize each season, count the clouds go by. Be blissed and get busy, stay fly, more life. Don't bother about nothing now away, no matter how gritty the grind is. Stay riding through the rainy nights. Don't be dizzy, don't wonder what these stars that landed here for. Just lead the blinded. Come see, we never shine in. I just love being from the ends. This is my last poem. And yeah, it's called No Such Luxury. And this is another poem that I ended up writing for like a tape project. But this, I don't know, this poem, yeah, that's when I was like, nah, I've still got it. Because there's so much projects I've done with Tate, they're like, oh, come do this, come do that, da. And then there was this like poetry competition thing that was like, oh, I write a poem in response to this and da. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I submitted the poem and they still chose it. I was like, okay, nobody had to ask me that. I'm actually quality. So I'm very proud of it, and I don't really write like that anymore. I wouldn't say I've fallen out of love with poetry, but it served its purpose in my life. I feel fulfilled, I've come of age, So when I step out like this, it's like a, well, she's still, you know, but yeah, so I've had my time. But no, I think it's alright to stop doing things sometimes. It's like, you can move on to the next thing. I'm on to the next thing now. So this poem, No Such Luxury, is just me basically just reminding myself that no one can chat to me like, I've got this. For whatever comes my way, I've got this. So sometimes I write for me. I don't really need anyone to hear it or tell me, oh, no, that was sick, because it hits the spot when I read it later on. You guys should try writing, it's good for you. I don't know about you, boy, but I ain't got no such luxury as looking like anything less than God's child. From the beauty of my smile to the screw of my face, it is by force for all that I feel within me to get worn out. So I better walk out, like say my concrete jungle come like some runway. This is an intricately crafted crown I carry, so there ain't no such luxury as letting it slip. As if I don't always deserve to be coated and dripped of the regality I was gifted as a birthright. Don't you know that no such luxury exists as pulling up to this table empty-handed? Even if all you could bring me is a prayer between your palms, or you're finally brave enough to lay down your arms. I can't afford to have no chaos corrupting this sanctuary I crafted with the love that I dedicate my days to digging for. Don't you know that I don't serve no food for no thought you was consuming? How can I hold my breath about a next person trying to decide if I'm worthy of more than surviving on the sidelines of life when, in my mind, I'm setting the stage. The sun don't set until I tell it. I ain't got no such luxury of waiting to exhale on your say-so, do you know that? Not when I'm set up to air out or dash away anything. Soon as it starts to even look a little rotten, trust me, I've proper paid for it them times that I lacked. Letting my tongue lay dormant in its cave ain't an option. There's roofs to raise, glass ceilings to bust. Them shards must become slippers for all my Cinderellas who don't know all now that we're worthy of sitting pretty. I ain't trying to give nobody no such luxury as hearing my hopeless heaving. Everybody best wait for me to make a melody out of my misery. Then we can slow dance that despair out of my system. You can synchronize your support to the sound of my sorrows once I lay down the rhythm that I want the luxury of surrendering to.
We are so lucky, so lucky. Chloe, Kareem, Abondance. I'm obsessed with you, I'm just obsessed with you. And you have 10 minutes, get a drink, smoke, come back. After the break, I'm gonna read, Latekid's gonna read, it's gonna be insane. 10 minutes, see you in a minute.
Stories told, the story is told, that told are stories that are old, that are not told, that are told, that are not told, that are untold, are stories that are untold, are not stories. Stories told, not stories that are told, that told, are not told.
I was in line once to the allotments where the neighbourhood's bean sprouts and tomatoes grow. The vines of green are littered with budding fruit and vegetables and sometimes a wildflower. It is all reaching upwards towards the tongues that are pegged to the line. Their pink is getting paler, and each wooden peg is marked with the initials of their owner. In the mornings we come to check for readiness. Adezua was the youngest of us all. She had not quite understood what it meant to pluck your tongue out of your mouth. NourbeSe had helped her. Tug, sharp, quick, pinching the tip, and she told me how Adezua's whale slipped off the surface and whirlpooled at the base of her jaw. We have all found it difficult to speak since our procedures. Without a tongue for a springboard, the voice has not been leaping out of us whenever it pleases, but settled low and stagnating behind teeth. It is our job to make a current. We gather once a week in one of the plant pots, shaking camp chairs to sit on, and then the shed fills with us swilling and gargling our voices at the back of our throats as you would with mouthwash. Careful. Be careful not to spill on you. Some of us learnt quickly how to let the voice run smoothly whilst others choked. Let it out in spurts, or worse, had it dribble out from the corners and crust. The aim, regardless, was to catch it in cups and pass the cups around the circle to converse and construct an understanding and speaking in a process of healing. Adezua is in the corner quiet. And when the tasting is over, we go outside, stand in front of our tongues strung out like bunting. On the count of 3, we begin to flick them, watch them as they quiver. Mine is losing its rigidness now, flicked free from its memories soon. Soon, I will be able to put it back in. I run my thumb down its centre. I want its density to occupy space in me again. Adezua turns to me. She holds her unpegged tongue in her palm, limp and familiar. She tells me that she has tried hard, but cannot exist without it. Faithful mother tongue, we have been serving you. I'm going to do my hand for your sax. That's cool. But there'll be no music before then. Cool. So this one, so that last poem was called Faithful Tongue, We've Been Serving You, and it's part of Slow Tongue, which I wrote in response to NourbeSe's book. She tries her tongue, her silence softly breaks. And this next one is called Smoke Promise, and I wrote it in the hellish 2020 summer, and people discovered like racism and stuff. Cool. There I was, all up in it, the ripening years twisted into oiled locks, all loving, each living inch kissed all over fire. I gave thanks for these loyal bones, green fingers, rolling night, all wine, all wonder. Mirror caught my body twirling out of sage smoke. I was already needing the song, soil, sweat of it, knowing nothing of a binary bondage, a bountiful mess of myself. Everything under the sun is changing all the time. All my skin soft, lovers flocking to the river. All water leads to my center, filling slowly with truth. There I was, all set in my ways, all of them blooming. When, then, at once, pale-skinned and rushing in they came, all mouth and muttering, spouting something about lifting me up, out, elsewhere, talking about my voice space and their voice space, how they are learning it all from books I'm in, thick white smoke and promised lies, of course. They came with coins too, all shiny, well kept, ready to be thrown, came, talking about something, looking for what? I sat, holding all my things, stared, 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 did not lift a finger. Did not lift a finger. Rolling night, all wine, all wonder, knowing nothing of a binary bondage, is changing all the time. I've been trying new things with my voice, which is pretty terrifying. Let's try. With the help of Joshin and the help of Fazia, so shout out to you two. Love you. This is the river one that we have had no time to rehearse, so let's just go. We waited long for daylight to go, to become gone. Here, if we can call the black water of my back stretched out a place, holding your image, wavering, like the reflection of a moon. I swear, nobody on land has been this delicate, where your hand is pressing my love, my love, my love. A yoke is forming, and you sink in me. I run with you. You sink in me. I run with you. You sink in me. I run with you. I run you. Sink in me. I run with you. I run. Me. Just another fruit getting ripe under the sun of somebody. And though I could twist towards endless arms, let my pulp swell and give it to them too, I won't. I pray each time I return to you, all wanting and wanted. My peace is saved. Promise. Together, effortlessly, without surprise, you take me whole as you do, as only you do. You sink in me. I'll run with you. I'll run with you. Sink in me. I'll run with you. I'll run with you. I need two little minions to come and help me read. You know what time it is if you see me read before, so get on stage. I need two people to come and help me read. Offer yourselves. Go. This one is called The Man Goes Bang Continuously. There's no music for the band, thank you. And it starts with a quote from NourbeSe. In a society which is politely but vehemently racist, While I may have gained some control of my word and its image-making capacities, control of information and production is still problematic. There's a cast, a woman, a man, a someone, a police, a writer. You ready? Scene.
He finds the woman crouched behind a row of neon market stalls, cramming purple figs into her face from a blue plastic bag off the floor. She looks primitive. Swaying on her ankles, fast hands from the bag to mouth to bag to mouth, scooping out the innards of the figs, using both middle and index finger to prise fig flesh from skin, wet and juicing it sweet down and around her wrists. She takes each clump and churns it into a pink paste of seed. Then she looks up at him and smiles, showing her teeth, makes gargling sounds. He pulls out his gun. Bang! The man goes bang. The woman has purple blobs dropping out of her face onto the concrete.
End. Someone watches the scene and frowns. Someone is confused, but feels as though they might have seen this before. Someone says,
"The woman is dead. The man went bang. So the woman is dead." Disgusted by what he sees, the man, so disgusted by the disgusting woman. The man is disgusted and disgusting, a disgusting woman. Disgusting women can often be found at stages like this one.
Someone's gut tightens.
In many ways, I am the man.
Scene.
Bang! The man goes bang. The woman is spitting blobs of pasted fig out of her face onto the concrete and appears to be laughing, primitively laughing at the way the seeds feel as she slides them around her inner cheek. The man aims the gun, tries again. Nothing changes. The gun is a prop.
End. Someone watches the scene again for a second time and settles in their chair. Someone is less concerned, slightly humoured.
Oh, I see. It is not as it seemed, but changed. I want to know why it was figs she chose, if she chose them, and why she doesn't just move from the floor. If I were the man, I'd be tempted to pick her up, make her moved.
Upon looking closer at the woman, I could describe her in detail, but it would be to disturb the woman, and the woman is not to be disturbed.
In many ways, I am the bang. It's me, the bang. But seriously, laughing aside.
Scene.
The gun is a prop. The man throws it down and picks up a rock. He hurls it at the woman. In the air, the rock becomes a sponge and drops to the floor and bounces its way back to the foot of the man, who begins screaming obscenities at the woman over and over. He approaches, tears the blue plastic bag away from her. The blue is paint stains in his hands. He reaches for the tarpaulin roof of a market stall to dry the wet. The tarpaulin is flat to the scaffolding. He cups his hand around the circumference of the stall. The stall is a cardboard cutout. The man kicks it into collapse. His obscenities collapse on their way to the woman. She is laughing and devouring figs. His hands still stained and wet, he rubs them on his trousers. The man continues screaming obscenities at the woman. Bang. The man goes bang continuously.
End. Someone shifts in their seat and considers leaving. Scene.
The man calls for the police.
End. Someone becomes concerned for the woman's safety and makes their way into the scene. The woman does not pay attention. Someone speaks to the man. The situation escalates. Scene.
The man calls for the police and waits. He retreats behind a cardboard stall, props it up in front of him like a shield. He waits for the police to arrive and watches the woman, waiting for her to be wet paint or cardboard or sponge, to collapse or melt or bounce. Someone tells him to be patient because there's a writer who is in control, and that they are sure the writer resolved the situation with the original script.
End. At the moment, I refuse to make myself known. I'm humoured by someone, and their idea that this may be in my control. Scene.
The police arrive.
And if someone wishes to speak to me, they may do so now. However, I have nothing to say in regards to the situation. Someone says,
If you can unwrite how this play continues, do. I'm not sure why you decided to involve me in the scene. Tell me what I'm doing here. What should my next step be?
I refrain from contributing to this story anymore.
Writer, I can't shake the feeling that you have abandoned me.
The writer is not to be disturbed. I'm busy mulling over how my collection might work in a video format. See?
The police arrive. The man runs out to them, calmly and collectively tells them the horror of the woman. The police take out their notepad and jot down what he recalls, then turn the notepad for him to see. It reads, "Did someone call for the police? I heard there was a very special man in need of saving." Someone tries to leave but can't stop looking as the police throw off their hats and zip down their fronts. The police pull out whipped cream and begin to dance erotically for the man. They take his trembling hand and guide it down the crotch of their trousers. The man squeezes in rage. When his hand emerges, it carries the pink paste of fig.
End. Nothing resolves, ends, or subdues. And I continue. Thank you.
No one is coming to save you. No one is coming. No one to save is coming. To save you is coming. To save you, to save my love. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you, my love. My love coming to save you. So save you, my love. Save you, my love. So save you, my love. Save you, my love. My love. So save you, my love. Save you, my love. So save you. Save you.
I keep a picture of myself under the bed. I'm a child, stood alone at the centre of the room. My face is round, innocent, open. In one look, my lips are about to curve into beaming smile. In another, they are pouting. I'm staring directly into the lens, as if through the lens, a kind of look that holds its knowing palm up to the glass, asking, "You got me?" To hold this photograph is to hold you, is to echo back, of course, my baby, over and over again. Then, in one look, we both appear in the picture. I come out from behind the TV and take your hand, and we walk, drifting past the camera and past whoever is taking the photo towards the front door and out, past the garden and through each twig, each part of air, each blue of sky, through to the thin wet skin of the world, through towards some strange otherwhere, and soon my hands open, open, open. And how should I explain this? Here, where we have found, is it enough to say safe or known? Right, so you just come back from Ghana, right? Yeah? And I would like you to bring some of that energy for this last poem and take us to a party, please. I know I am a language, or at least a green patch on which foreign comes is found. The words here at this page are of course the most docile ones that hung low and let the ink take them easy. Unlike other unruly truths which set ablaze in me, a black smoke strained from the faltering flames of tongue. But anyway, I don't need to be articulated. I just want to lick the head of my oblivion until no newborn wounds grow. I am a party, dizzy in the night with surprise. My ballooned heart hung strung, spinning, scatters the light on memory so it becomes dance floor. And now, in every movement, life is coming. Short as blood. Can we speed it up? I'm trying to bring on you. I am a language. Or I know I am a language, or at least a green patch. At least a green patch on which foreign comes as found. The words here at this page, of course, let the ink take them easy. Unlike other unruly truths which set ablaze in me. A black smoke strained from the faltering flames of tongue, but anyway, we don't need to be articulated. We just want to lick the head of our oblivions until no newborn wounds grow. We are a party, dizzy in the night with surprise. Our ballooned heart strong, spinning, scattering light on memory so it becomes dance floor. And now, in every movement, life is coming. Sure as blood, life is coming. Sure as blood, life is coming. Sure as blood. Latekid, we need you. Thank you.
This isn't part of my set, I'm just speaking to you on this stage. We're gonna try to experiment today, we're gonna try an experiment today. Can you get out your phones and turn on your lights? Can you get out your phones and turn on your lights? Can you get out your phones? Can you turn on your lights? Can you get out your phones? Can you turn on your lights? We got the starlight, but me gonna shine. We got the starlight, but me gonna shine. We got the starlight, but me gonna shine. How you going? Yeah, man, so I came with the mad extra thing, and so got like a laptop and an interface and things like that. Give me just 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves, innit? You haven't had a chance to, so just do something. Yeah. And you're done. How was it? Was it nice to catch up on everything? How am I sounding? Probably a bit weird. That's the point.
I ate you until tears fell to the sound of my name. As I gasped, you asked me to breathe light. The fold of your pelvis, as to not be selfish with life, and with this, you snapped my jaw, but hold me tight, soothing my agony. You kissed where bruises had blossomed. We realize how loud a muted TV is. Turn it off. Breathe in opposite directions and we swivel. Smile as if recognizing each other for the first time. I mean, we forget who we are, but we enjoy the flirting, you know what I'm saying? Like, how I had to drain you, how I had to lose a life to do so. Thank you. Okay, let's see if this works, yeah. So I did some music last night, and I made it instrumental. And there's a song, like, kind of. And if it bangs, it bangs. And if it doesn't, just tell that. And I know that takes a very long time to learn. Don't be fooled by the iPhone. It's iPhone.
When she comes see me, I swear I don't know that man. When I look at her, head with a glow on to turn. And I had to learn, man, I had to learn so much. Too much. My heart don't break and it's that much. When she come see me, I swear I don't know that much. And when I look at her, I do never want to touch. And I know how to learn, and I have to learn so much. Big man, can I get a fade, please? There is no definition of big man, but big man is big enough to engulf a wall
with his right hand and bellow, what? Across the street, across the street. They can't hear one another, they just play repeat. Here, even pavement slabs know which way to lean. Michael, aka Big Man, prunes planets for a living. The debris runs from footsteps on the floor. Could swear some of these man them have gods chilling on their feet. Little cold hair people scurry for safety, leaving an outline which allows you to know he definitely didn't cop those creps from JD. It's Casey, yo, my G! This time, hands dance on a madness, hands clap, body in, back slap, shoulder hug. It's mad, but I'm still too short for it. Casey looks at me and casts a fist out like a lost boat looking for a lighthouse. My eyes beam, I smile internally but only stream a smirk. Raise fist, let it float a little and bring it to safety. I'm cool now, I'm cool. Casey slaps the leather chair and preps himself by breathing in and smiling at himself in the mirror, shifts gaze and smiles at Big Man. He's ready to get to trim. He prunes planets for a living, it begins. It's Big Man, with the same name as my dad preps his comb. Pushes it through the forest. You can hear the snapping of wood. With each tree pulled down, another's embrace. Casey twinges, but firms it. He knows he was in for a tough one. Came with the peppercorns, can't show weakness. He spudded me, so he knows I'm watching. He knows he's setting an example. Big Man's here to prune his globe. He leans in questioningly. Casey breathes sharply. Just afraid to have one boss. I wouldn't say here is anything like home, but it's close to it. Could throw a stone this far, but you can hear a shout. It's my one chance that I like I'm older, before Dad comes in with the happy hippo I asked for. Walk into class held high, knowing I'm a pedestal for a slap. Fresh bean on show. Or a big man. To be older is to go through many a dead trim, to learn head shape etiquette, to understand snapbacks aren't for everyone, although everyone backs a snap, to understand fathers or lack thereof, to feel the pain in both, to be reminded of father each time I visit Big Man, to hold memory on an aged blackness pass through the blades of a razor, into the depths of our scape. Yo, safe fam, yo, safe. Casey and Big Man repeat the hand clap, body in, back slap, shoulder hug. Casey walks out smiling, gives me a sup nod. I am so definitely cool now, fam. Big Man slaps the barber's cape on the leather seat, looks at me, smiles. Dad walks in. Alright, Dad, you can just play now, 1 second. I await transformation. Do your thing, fam. Just play it. I know you can bring up your energy, man. A bit fast, but still. And stop, please. Cream soda. Smoke made the room wrinkle. I got that bar from my friend Matt. The weight of a breath can only be measured by the following sigh. My arm only finds warmth in your shoulders. A cheek cannot be held by the moon. But with this crescent, we find solace in stained corners. The hands become silhouette, as light makes human shadow. How it feels to be the result of an afterthought. No emoji. The only thing keeping us alive. Yo, Mom. When I cut open your stomach to return to womb, it was trauma which made me regress. How we danced in the blood of forgiveness. A mother bringing the son from abdomen to throat, back. We mistake thump for heartbeat, all ceremony, celebration and catharsis. All of this holy sin, all of these daggers in this room feel so sweet, yeah. Thigh meets pelvis for the admission of defeat. Boss, wheel it. My boss, wheel it. I just beg of you to give me that night again.
dunny. I put my worries down in the space, then gully. Look on my face when I say this shit. I ain't felt like this, I ain't felt like this. Saw that cousin when I finna jump in. Saw that darkness and I felt a sweet thing. Look on my face when I say this shit. I ain't felt like this, I ain't felt like this. When we first talking, there was a fine line. When we touched more, you know what dumb time. Didn't know I was gonna miss you like. Didn't know I was gonna kiss you like. When we first talking, there was a fine line. When we touched more, you know a dumb time. Didn't know I was gonna miss you like. Didn't know I was gonna kiss you like. Oh, there's a hole in the crib, I don't need. Oh, there's a hole in the crib, I don't need. Oh, there's a hole in the crib, I don't need.
When Tarmac pleads guilty for the swallowing of all that blood, the jury will turn on one another. A blame game of who lost the power, a choice in their hand rescinded. Does the will blame itself for being such a rollover, or does it find peace in understanding the strength required of an undying motion? The knife asks all to steady their tongue as it traces over their taste buds, these red mouths. Which one screams the loudest? Who can let a lake just be? A bank of teeth holding back the flood. A bank of teeth holding back the flood. A black girl steadies herself between two hot air balloons over the River Thames. Just look at her fly, limbs pressed into inflated exclamations of doubt and judgment. She is smiling. She is smiling and suspended in peace, as far as she can be from the ground which drank the blood of her brethren. As far as she can be from the ground which drank the blood of her brethren. When Tarmac pleads guilty for the swallowing of all that blood, the jury will turn on one another, a blame game of who lost the power, a choice once in their hand rescinded. The knife asks all to steady their tongue as it traces over their taste buds. Does the bull blame itself for being such a rollover, or does it find peace in understanding the strength required of an undying motion? A bank of teeth holding back the flood. A bank of teeth holding back the flood. Suspended in peace. As far as you can be from the ground which drank the blood of your brethren, as far as you can be. Thank you. How's everyone? You okay? I know some of it's mad somber in it, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening, and yeah, it feels lit to be able to do things like this again. And I love you, everyone. This poem is called "You Can't Outrun a Child." I did a collection of poems. Not really a collection, I called it that because I had to for myself to make it feel like I did something official. It was 3 Instagram posts. And I did some photos with my dad because, you know, I was trying to reframe how people look at black fatherhood because I understand some bits have been mad long, but fuck me, I love that guy, innit? So it's one of them ones. It's called "You Can't Outrun a Child." The first man I saw cry allowed tracks to burn into his cheeks. Let me go again. The first man I saw cry allowed tracks to burn into his cheeks. Honesty found comfort in the act of forever falling. Why can't you and mum stay together? Even the bird stopped. Wings stagnant in the wind but floating. Our hands melted until resting on our laps. The traffic jam was hella bitter this time, spread unevenly towards the mouth of the Blackwall Tunnel. Here, the collateral damage of stereotypes allows black fatherhood to leave shrapnel in the mind of every child. Here, the thought of reconciliation is a damned realization that you fear abandonment. I need to pee, so father throws the water from the bottle out the half-open window, and he looks at me with soft eyes. Man says, son, use this. We'll be home soon. Thank you. Couple ways play catch with the smoke in the room. There is an 808 in every back pocket. Eyes tell the light from the dark. Every breath is a bullet to the gully. The aux is the most fragile connection we have between us. Remember to be tender and supple under this moonlight. Remember their hand on your cheek at sundown. Eyes haze from the tonic. That 4 a.m. feeling of fullness, the honey in their stomach, how you held one another as if death found your postcode, as if ego came to know oblivion if only for a moment, how you watched them hiss in a toilet, for all that liquor and bass rippling their cheeks, you stand there and smile at one another for the foolishness of it all. Remember when you weren't this comfortable, like it's kind of weird, you know, you get so comfortable with someone that you can just watch them like go in the toilet. How you've all got this relationship with the same toilet in the house. All telling its secrets from your backside. In all your glory, you sit there, pants decorating your ankles. You smile at me like you wanted me there the whole time. Like you did not say a teasing nah before you pulled me in. You lean forward with them eyes. I mean, like them eyes. We kiss so that we can smell the last few hours. You flush, and I feel it. All drain away. 101 FM bobs heads from the ceiling. We all say, this is 101 FM. That's Little Sims, man. Anyway, doubt in the voice that guides us. Elated in the post-wave skank. Reminiscing in the same room as one you used to love. I'm listening in the same room as when it used to love. I'm listening in the same room as when you used to love. It's the last one I'm going to do. Basically, when I was way younger, wow, I was just 25, it's not that deep. When I was like younger, Dizzy Rascal, obviously, do you know what I mean? Like, was a thing, and then snaked it. I was like, I had there was a lot of feelings. So this one is called In the Corner is a Boy, and if you listen carefully, I've included 17 Dizzy Rascal song names. But I can't read it like, do you know what I'm saying? So just ask me in it anyway. Found a way to hold memory in a cup and began shattering it with the force of God's prayer. Realized my heart wasn't in it and told the sun to enter my right eye to check if everything was all right up there. Some sort of solar soothing. Some sort of calamity joke. A jolt only a celestial could call upon. That everything is what it seems to be. It got to a point where my lies were so true that I didn't know if my goodbyes were permanent. You tried to cut them off. Realised the thing keeping them so close was your own arm, hoping for a soft hand. This is when South Grove Road was around 127 chicken shops from me. That's only if you loosely follow the A20 into the A205. I went on Google, checked it, crossed river by believing that water won't kill you if you need it. There's integrity in the looseness of these words. To find myself, I first felt the pixelation of soul. The ideology of social being broadened to such lengths its code snapped. The internet brought me here. Apologies if you don't like me. I'm by the window at Bellboy because the only place to be at Bellboy is by the window. Just sitting here. Just sitting here. Bellboy was a small cafe at 104 Slater Street. The window is having a perfectly timed conversation with my body. The rain interrupts us. It reminds me of my fragments. My phone makes my leg twitch. There's a small rain cloud over my right pocket. The door wasn't shut. Vibrate sounds like thunder if you're sad enough. As I reach, my fingers wave through plumes of grey. I feel droplets, I feel nervous. I don't know why the door was open, why it came in and why it chose me as its landscape. My thigh grew wet for the call of a Jezebel. Soon after the barista stopped steaming the milk, she realized the window was growing shy. Fed the cup and asked me if I wanted sugar. I didn't check the phone, I just sipped. This place doesn't have history, so to speak, it's gentrification. This is the glitz and glamour, standing on the shoulders of the blitz and hammer. It's building something of its own, all the more to find yourself in it. Mother called. Asked me what I wanted for dinner. Said, I love you. Stop, so late. Knew her boy had been too far. How coming home meant she could teach me to sing. Give me a pain worth learning. And finally, to give me a postcode worth leaning on.